Just a short one for you here, but a real one. I mean, they are real, but it sounded cool, I guess. Beautiful morning Sunday. And I told myself yesterday that I was just going to come on here every now and again, probably as just right now as I'm doing it. It just feels real right. As you guys may know, I do live a conscience-led life. I listen to my conscience quite a bit, all the time. I'm trying to pay attention. If I can't hear my conscience, that means I believe that I am at a low attitude and I need to raise my attitude. So I put in the work, I raise my attitude, and I'm just listening. And this was a download that I got yesterday where I'm going to check in and make videos. I don't know how often. Like I said, as I'm doing it right now, it just feels so cool. I'm getting the chills, and it feels real cool. It's almost just like a phone call to say what's up. Sometimes I'll have these like man, I gotta talk about this. These experiences, because as I make videos, me personally, is something that just happens. Something that just happens, a phone call that I took, or a situation that happened at home with my loved ones, and it went from setup, conflict resolution. And I talk about it. I share it because, like, damn, that's cool how I solved that. And then I'll share it with what I used, how I used to solve it, what the result was, how it could have gone, the old me, the old way of thinking, the guy who doesn't exist no more, which is the self-victimizing person, low level, low attitude, bitter, sour, angry, resentful, all that nonsense. So now, being that I'm not like that I got rid of that person, and this is a higher attitude person, that lifestyle that I'm living now, all the situations that typically would happen in my life are happening, or they continue to happen. It's a cycle because I haven't learned what I need to learn. But now, because I'm approaching them differently, it seems like they're falling off. Like, they happen, I take a different approach, they get solved, and they don't happen again. Like, oh, by now that should have happened already 3 times, 4 times. But I guess I learned what I need to learn. The lesson came through. I got the wisdom from the situation that happened, from the issue that happened. But because this time my approach was different, I gained the wisdom. I opened the curtain, opened the next curtain, went to the next level. So that's cool. And that's how I come on here and I bust the title. I bust the video, come up with the title, whatever. Maybe I'll talk about that one day too, kind of my system. I'm kind of telling you my process right here. More times than not, if not all the time, especially with like the last 2-3 dozen videos, that's what I do. It's just the situation that currently happens. It's fresh. It's fresh in my head. I don't have to come up with anything. I don't really have to think about nothing because it just happened. It's pretty much, let me tell you what just happened. It could be as far back as like yesterday. Maybe it happened late at night and I was just done, ready to go to bed, whatever. And then the next day I'll even reflect on it a little bit more. And I was like, oh, that's so cool how we handled that. And then I'll come on here and I'll tell the story of how it happened. And hopefully, in hopes that a bunch of people come in hopes that it'll help someone. That's the whole idea with this. Help someone else evolve. And like, hey, if you were like me, like low level, low attitude, bitter, sour, angry, resentful, frustrated, all that, I got a solution for you. Don't live like that no more. It doesn't do you any good. You'll be going in circles. You'll feel like you're stuck. It's a sour life. It's no good. Let me tell you how I'm living now, which all it takes is a shift in mindset. And you raise your attitude by putting in the exercise, putting in the work, tracking your food. Life completely changes. You could change yours. I really want you to. I feel like I'm in debt to people that are like the old me because someone gave me the solution. On here, on YouTube, I stumbled upon a video at a point where I had completely surrendered. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm done trying. I wasn't bitter. I was angry. I was just exhausted. I was like, that's it. I'm done. I'm done looking for the answer. And not that it was in a bad place. It wasn't like, oh man, it's going horrible. No, it just was, it was okay. And I always had a vision of like, there's more, but I've tried forever. And then that's when the answer came. I guess it was me just still getting in the way of instead of completely listening, or I had to do that. I don't know. I don't even know what it is yet. And I had to completely surrender to get that last missing piece, which is what? Your attitude. Change your attitude. And here's how you do it. That part. Because I've heard that one before since I was a little kid. You got to have a good attitude. Okay, here it is. No, that's not how you do it. You have to act your way into a good attitude. You have to put some action in, movement, exercise. Oh, you mean you're not going to use it extra? You're not going to use exercise as a punishment? Run to the fence and back. You're being bad. Because that's typically how exercise has been presented to me most of my life. Not fun. Not, hey, this is the way to live right. This is the way to live better. Oh, like I'm going to get muscles and be fit. No, you're going to have a good attitude and you're going to attract all the things you've ever wanted. Whoa, what a concept. Anyhow, the point of the video is that's how my typical videos are. That's my structure. But something told me yesterday, just come on here and check in. Just come on here and check in and shoot the breeze. What's going on? What are you doing? Talk about your surroundings. Talk about the people that are gathering over by the cell phone place. I don't know, what time is it? Maybe they're about to open. I don't know. Something's going on. Hope everybody's okay. And check in and talk about whatever comes into your head. So this is it. This is the first one on that. I post daily. I post multiple times a day recently. Again, just that. I don't force a post. There you go. I don't force a video. There's times where I have tried to, like, oh, I'll talk about this, and then that's when I notice that I'm thinking a lot. I'm stalling a lot. Trying to like what was how would I do that? Like, well, yeah, you're trying to figure something out, which is not a bad thing. And I think if I think about it a little bit more, I could get that issue that has happened to me somewhere in the past, then spit it. But off the top like that, it just kind of stalls. It just doesn't flow. But when I just come out here and let my conscience guide me, especially when something just happened, I could get to the point that I want to get to, and like I said, deliver what I'm going to deliver. But this morning I was like, well, shoot, okay, I am going to do just a check-in video. But what am I going to talk about? And then that's my conscience. Just start. Just like if you would text a friend or phone call a friend or phone call your loved one and be like, hey, what are you doing? And then they asked you, hey, what are you doing? And then spit that. How's it going? What's going on? What's new? And that's what this is. Really. And it is kind of like, oh shit, well, what else do I talk about? Do I talk about YouTube? Do I talk about, bettering your life and becoming better? I already gave you a little bit about that. So if you're wondering kind of why I'm just kind of all over the place, kind of, it's because I am. There's no set topic that I'm talking about. I'm just kind of checking in. I'm even going to hit pause here for a little bit as I gather myself, because I just don't want to sit here in quiet. All right, so I don't want to take too much time and just trying to think of something, because then that just is not a check-in. Just remember, you got to have patience, patience with everything, but also make sure that you're measuring your progress. Progress happens pretty quick. If you're not changing any part of the recipe, if you're doing the same thing every day, which repetition and consistency is very important to make the progress. So the problem is, I think that the big issue is when you do the same thing and you don't make progress. So you need to not so much change the things that you're doing completely, go chase a new shiny object. Progress feels good. Progress is a good thing. Progress is what you want to make. Because progress is happening behind the scenes anyways. The time is passing by. It's whether or not you jump on the wave of making progress like everything else is in nature. Everything else is going through the thing. Your body's making progress. It's wearing down every day a little bit more. The time that it has to function correctly becomes less and less each day. So that's making progress. Now you, as the life that exists within this body, also has to make progress. So just be, you'll never feel down and out if you're not making progress in all 5 parts of your life: health, wealth, love, spirituality, generosity. You got to touch on those every day and make sure that they're making progress. And if you're doing consistent work to each part of those, to each 5 pillars, you're going to make progress. Does it take work? Yeah, it takes work. I find myself like, okay, I usually get the red alert flag, or I usually get the like, man, this isn't working, when I've neglected one of those 5 for a while. So just make sure that all I do is I make sure that anytime, like a drive time, when you're driving, is a perfect opportunity to just sit there and like, okay, am I touching on all the moves? Am I working on my health? Am I exercising every day? Am I tracking my food? Yes. Okay, those are like on autopilot, so that part's good. And what am I doing? What's my intention behind those? Well, my intention is to raise my attitude and build my discipline. Cool. So I'm not just doing it for the physique. I'm not doing it to lose weight. That's just a bonus. My main priority to that, my main connection that I had, the reason for that, what's the word I'm looking for? I just said it. Oh my gosh, I hate when this happens. My intention is to raise my attitude and to build my discipline. The attitude is with the exercise, the discipline is with the diet. Fantastic. That's cool. Like finances, wealth. What am I doing to adjust that? Or increase it or adjust it? Okay, am I working more on saving my money and managing my money and staying on top of it, visiting my money every day and seeing that it's where it's at and what's coming out is what's supposed to be coming out, and I make sure I'm not like holding on to it like that, making sure I'm spending what I need to spend and enjoying the fruits of the labor, but at the same time keeping an eye out and like, am I elevating as a person? Am I having more discipline and a higher attitude most of the day, if not all of the day, so I could attract the next opportunity? Yes. Okay, cool. Then the wealth is on point. Every day, every moment of the day, I have to be doing that. Am I? Oh no, I kind of neglected. I haven't visited my money. I gotta stay on top of that. Yeah, you gotta stay on top of that. Matter of fact, do it right now. So I'll do that kind of stuff, And then even with like the other one, health. Well, same thing. Health, wealth, love, self-love. Am I working on becoming? Yeah, that comes with the diet and the exercise. That's self-love. That automatically turns into confidence. Okay, cool. So the one right there that's still lagging is the finance one. Spirituality, the studying and working on how this planet works, this whole energy works. Yeah, I do that every day. I mean, just making videos and talking about it. That's a reminder. The best way to learn is to teach and to share. That's what I'm doing here. Cool. All right, I'm doing that one. So health, wealth, love, spirituality, generosity. Am I giving away what I know? Here we are. Go look at any of my other videos. So I'm doing that one. So it seems, okay, going back one, health, wealth, love, spirituality, generosity. Okay, love. Okay, I got self for love. I'm working on that. Yeah. Am I sharing that love? You got to go in a little deeper, the second level, right? Am I showing love to the closest circle to me, my loved ones? It's like by having the way I'm showing love right now, and I'm directing my attention towards that, is not so much expressing it. Oh, I love you. Oh, I love you. Oh, I love you. Although that's cool and nice and everything, but what I'm doing is I'm showing patience. I'm not being reactive. Anything that they do that used to bother me, now what I do is I know that it's a mirror of me. It's a reflection of me. There's something to learn about that. If they're being, whiny and complaining, it's actually a reflection of me. How am I being whiny and complaining? That's how I'm showing love to them, by not being reactive, by not being like, oh, why are you being like that? Whatever. I just zip it, say thank you. Don't be a smartass. Don't be reactive to it. Don't say any comments, and then just like, it's happening for me. There's something to learn here. What about their attitude or the way they're carrying themselves or whatever's happening here is being shown to me to fix something about me? So that's how I'm expressing love to them, by becoming better for them. For me first, like I want to be the best I can be. Shit, I only get one at bat. So if I'm seeing that, like, and it doesn't take long before it's like, I feel good because I didn't make them feel any kind of way, but just being neutral, not being a weak sauce, not like put my head down, be quiet and step back. Nah, hell no. Listen, understand, watch them. It's like, okay, what about that do I want to change about me? And then they'll just kind of, get out what they need to get out, and then it kind of just diffuses on its own because there's nothing no bounce back. And I get the full benefit, like, oh, a lesson for me. What about that situation am I don't like about myself? It just takes a couple of minutes before, like, oh yeah, that part. Okay, I'm gonna apply that to me, and I'm not gonna be like that no more. So yeah, I am showing love for others. Love for self first, and love for others. That would be health, wealth, love, for self and others. Spirituality, we said, yeah. Generosity, yeah. Even generosity, the way you're sharing, am I being consistent? Yeah. Am I seeing growth? Like, or am I getting like growth in the sense of, hey, thanks for your help. Hey, look at this. Oh, this is working. Oh, beast up, that's working. Not that I need, not that I need confirmation to make me feel good, because I'm going to do it anyways, but I just want to make sure that it's helping. So I'll get even myself, even like, for example, being done with the video and say, fuck, that was a dope message. Boom, damn, that's growth. If I make a video and I think, man, that was sucky, like, then why are you making sucky videos? Why are you thinking it's okay? That would be kind of like that video where I force. If I force a video out because I feel like I need to put something out without being organic, that would be like, you're not growing in the sense of getting better and delivering value. But when I make a video and I think at the end of the video is like, damn, that was dope, eventually the right ears are gonna hear that, and it's gonna help them. It's gonna help them like that one video helped me. Then I know that it's like, okay, yeah, I'm growing, cool. It's getting better and better and better and better. Even like this video, I already love it. Remember, this was just a check-in video. I was struggling at 7 minutes. We're at 16 and change. So these are check-in videos that I'm going to be doing. It's just to say what's up. It felt good. It felt right. And again, of course it did, because it was a download. I'm listening to my conscience and told me to make a check-in video, say what's up. I may not be, at the beginning a very title, this is a check-in video. Probably won't, But I'm sure I'm just doing it just kind of for me, I guess, just to kind of get momentum and get the ball going. I'm sure they'll just have titles, and at the end it'll end up, something will come out, kind of like this one already did. This is kind of cool. I'm digging it. Hope it helps. If anything that I talked about here strikes anything like a question or a comment or a curiosity, first of all, if you get curious about anything, run with it, because that's the spark. That's the spark that could ignite the momentum. Curiosity, I thought it was just almost childish, not in a bad way, but almost just kind of like a childish feature that stays with you. Like, no, when you get curious about something, go down that rabbit hole. That's what curiosity, it starts. That's your conscience going, hey, psst, look, over here, go try that. And then you try it, and then that's how you start evolving, because that's the whole purpose, to come on here and be the best we can be, so we can help others do the same. We weren't here just for fun or to whine and complain. We're just used to that. We see it growing up, so we think that's the way we got to be. Nah. Get better. Get better at being you. Go the hard way. Go the steepest route. Don't stay on the easy road. Go on the difficult road, because the difficulty is where you feel difficult, where you feel uncomfortable, where you feel dumb, where you feel stupid, where you mess up, where you fall a lot, that's where the growth is. That's the route you got to go. So like I said, if you got any questions or anything strikes you, just bust it in the comments. If it's a short enough question to answer, I'll answer it there. If it's like lengthy enough and I could just bust a video instead, I will. And that's it for this one. I'll get you on the next one.